like a postcard.
It's a big heavy door. Let's see how bad this place is going to be. If you've been watching our stuff for a while, you know this place is bad. We have some footage from when we did an inspection that we already showed you a little bit, and that was a long time ago. So it took till really just now for us to be able to get eviction. Of course, this family, I say family, I use that word very broadly. Yeah, as you go up the stairs, it gets significantly dirty. How do I don't know if I can turn this thing around. As you get up the stairs. So yeah, you see nice clean door, and you see the filth as you get up the stairs. Look at even that.
Hello. Oh, all the windows are open.
Of course, it's the only way to get the smell out.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, the rain in. Our freaking new camera system. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't put this match. Open this.
This is how they had their entire family living. They had a whole bunch of kids living in these conditions. Ugh. Close the windows to keep the rain out. That seems like the smart thing to do. But they would leave these windows open, I'm sure, all the time. Yeah.
That's, what?
Yeah. The poor, I mean, honestly, the biggest victims here are the poor children raised in this by these kind of parents. But we're right up there as the second biggest victim because this place is annihilated. This is a huge apartment. This is a 3-bedroom, I'm sorry, what? Well, yeah. This is a 3-bedroom, 1,500 square foot apartment in a 6-family property. So these people living like this clearly create a pest issue. You can see, mouse droppings and stuff. And a huge nuisance and sanitary problem for the other actual good customers that are living or trying to live peacefully nearby. There's not a wall in this place that isn't destroyed or annihilated. I mean, and again, this was a beautiful apartment. You can watch our short that shows you before and after photos. So we did an inspection showing you the after, but we also put up before pictures and video spliced in with it as well. In their mind, and what they were trying to tell the judge is we're responsible for all this stuff, even though in some of the walkthrough videos of our inspections with them, we've got the mother screaming that it's not her fault, it's all of her kids, blaming these poor children that lived in these horrible and deplorable conditions for the reason the place is disgusting. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to deal with all these kids? They chose to have 8 of them, by the way, and at various times, the kids were taken away, by child services. But this, 100%, is one of the worst tenants I've seen and that we've had. And, if you've been watching the short about it, you haven't seen anything yet. We had a nice interaction with them just before they moved as well. And we got some great video content of that as well. Oh, there's a mouse dead in the trap. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this tenancy with some context to it. But I mean, this is where he literally had the audacity to say that I was a slumlord when again we posted the short. You can see it yourself, the before photos mixed in with this as well. But he got evicted. We brought him through the whole court process. It takes several months just to get in front of a judge to plead your case. And hey, nobody, judges included, right? They're humans. They don't want to see a family get kicked out. Look at this nice video intercom system, door buzzer system that we had installed. We ripped off the wall. was beautiful hardwood floors, but they're horribly shot. I can't even tell you the smell, and I don't know if you can pick up the sound of the shoes on the floor, like a movie theater, you know, with the stickiness. But this is how, oh, the bathroom reeks. This is how they're making their poor kids live, and blaming their kids for it while it was happening. If you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, you want to learn more about the world of real estate, by all means, look at the bugs. By all means, take a minute, hit the follow button, give us a thumbs up as well, so other people can see this content, they can learn from it, they can experience it themselves without having to go through it. They can learn how to help hopefully minimize this kind of situation if they're ever going to own a property, have a roommate, rent out a bedroom, whatever you might do. Oh boy, this is bad. The smell is poor. I mean, this is one of the kids' bedrooms, I'm sure. They had 8 children at different points. You got mice everywhere. Now, what sucks about this is not only do the kids have to suffer through this, but all their neighbors did too. This is a 6-family property. There's another property right abutting it, making it really an 8-family property in total, with 1 vacancy. And they ripped these things out of the walls, the light fixtures. All the light fixtures are all broken throughout the place. This isn't new. They didn't do this on their way out. This was how they lived. We've got inspection videos and photos right along to prove it the entire time. They brought into court for not payment as well. They owe several $1,000s. They missed their last court-ordered payment, and are finally out of the property, which thank God. But, all right, we're gonna go in this room here. Thanks, by the way, for jumping on. If you're brand new here, take a second to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this later on a replay, we really appreciate your support, and hopefully we're able to show you some of the reality of the world of real estate. So this is another one of the kids' bedrooms. You saw this part of the bedroom on one of the shorts that we posted just recently, showing the destruction, the havoc that they were wreaking on this place. And the fact that this is how they lived. This isn't like they trashed it on their way out, or this was lived in by squatters. Their poor kids were literally living in this environment. And again, this is all while not paying. You guys, the taxpayers, picked up about $10,000 of rent for them. The rent here was about $1,000. It was very low, and we ended up raising it slightly towards the end while they were being dealt with in court. We got it up a little bit, but it was really roughly about $1,000 a month. So that includes, I think, hot water. That means you guys paid about $10,000. That's almost a year's worth of rent. They left owing $7,000, which is almost, that's a little bit more than half a year of non-payment. This is why helping people is one thing, but doing it all for them, I hope you can appreciate it. Bathroom? I haven't gone to the bathroom. Are you kidding me? Oh no, I did get to the bathroom over here. I thought I'm like about to get to the pantry over here. So I saw the holes in that before too. The last time I was here was when we did an inspection video, and that short is posted. If you guys didn't check it out, take a second. I'm glad they're gone to Adventure. Make sure to get a judgment. So we did get a judgment. We will finish out the court case. The judgment, right, is with these kind of folks, the judgment's really not worth the paper it's printed on. You can see all the poor dead little mice. Because they're never going to be able to be collected on. They're not going to have jobs. They're always going to have 8 kids that they can't afford anyway. So you're never going to get $1 towards this, towards your judgment. But it's nice to have the amount of just mouse poop everywhere. And before you wonder, we have, like I said, this is a 6-family house. So they're victimizing 5 other households with these sanitary conditions that lead to pest issues. And we do quarterly pest control visits at all of our properties. So we pay people to come through and do our best to curb issues, treat issues, prevent issues. But in this case here, I mean, there's, as you can see, there's nothing reasonable that anybody can do. These people have to be part of the solution since they are 100% of the cause of the problem. I mean, everything's just right. What's up?
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, look at from the outside, just the day and night. Outside their door and outside the other door.
Oh,
it's
really?
Just, it's like,
yeah, like the filthy path leading up to it and to the neighbor.
like I feel so bad for the neighbor. They had to walk through all.
Yeah, I mean, that says a lot right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They were allowed to live here and we disturb all these other people and there's 5 other families here.
Yeah.
And
this is
we were
horrible.
powerless to do it.
Yeah, we got them out as quick as we could, and that being said, that takes several months just to get an appearance in front of a judge, probably work out some kind of an agreement to get them to vacate, yada, yada, yada. Because then what they did is they literally started trying to raise the claims that they've created, like they have pests, for instance, as a counterclaim. That's a claim why we can't evict them, why they shouldn't have to pay. So the benefit was we had a lot of photos and video we could use to defend our position. But ultimately, we got them out. But this is a very expensive mistake. That's why this stuff's really important to learn about, learn how to prevent it, learn how to deal with it when it happens. Because if you're starting off and you've got your first 3-family house, imagine if this is one of your first tenants. Hey, my first tenant was my worst tenant. Ours, I should say. We are 2 guys taking real estate. Was our worst tenant was our first tenant. And that's partly because we didn't know what our rights were. We didn't know what our responsibilities were or how to handle them. And somebody that was a kind of a pretty bad person, that was magnified by the fact that they took advantage of the fact that we didn't know how to manage them and deal with them. But this place is a good warning shot for you. Use this as an example of what could go wrong and learn how to prevent it. And we've had thousands of tenants, so we're going to catch 1 or 2 of these every once in a while, and we can survive it. For us, this isn't a game ender. But for a newbie starting off, this might be. How do you prevent something like this from happening? First thing would be tenant screening. Have a screening process that works for you and your property. Making sure that they have income, for instance, so you don't get into a non-payment situation because they just couldn't afford it. The amount of people we've had that have applied for our homes in the past, maybe they're applying to rent a $1,000 a month apartment, but their household income is $1,200. They're not going to have that rent paid every month if their total income is $1,200 because they don't really work, they just live off the government or something, and they don't want to get a roommate because why should they have to, right? So $1,200 is going to leave them almost no money for food, utilities, transportation, you name it. You're not going to it's going to fail. So having an income guideline, making sure that they make 3 times the rent, or I should say have 3 times the rent of this income, because you can't discriminate against people that don't work and support themselves, that maybe they get income from the government or programs and whatnot. The second thing would be to get a landlord reference, but not from their current landlord, from their previous landlord, if they have one. This is so gross. And that's harder to do than you think too. But having a screening process, putting that screening process together, sticking to it, even if you're really desperate to rent a place out, really, really important stuff. And that really will help cut down on these types of experiences that you could have. Matt's over there changing the locks to secure the place. I feel like I've got flies all over me.
Did you went into the bathroom, you think?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, the amount of flies is insane.
Try to get over there.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Not
It's not worth
gonna
it.
happen.
Not gonna happen. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end this here. Oh, the amount of bugs, so disgusting. Never washed their shower once. Look at all that mildewy buildup everywhere. And on the ceilings, the ceiling fan has been destroyed, obviously. What do you expect? All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for being here. Check out some of our shorts that have this stuff. And we have with the before and after of this actual apartment when we inspected it a while back. We just posted a video about it. We have a lot of long form content too, so make sure you check out some of our long form stuff, because we don't just produce shorts. We have a lot of great content out there that'll help you learn about the reality of real estate. And we hope to see you next as we continue creating videos following the saga of this apartment and some of our other crazy bad customer situations that we've been dealing with. Thanks again for being on the channel. We hope you subscribe and drop a couple likes on some of our videos. Take care.